everyone. Welcome into the Father-Son Football Fanatics podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Michael Combs. This is the other host, Caden Combs. We are so glad you're with us today. We're pumped about this show today. We've got our Joe Burrow jerseys on. We are ready to go, and we're going to do a few things today. We've got a little bit of news. We're going to do our running back late round must-haves, which is pretty cool.
Late round must-haves.
And then we are going to do a mock draft live right here with you guys witnessing, so you can see who we would pick in what position and with who's available and that kind of thing. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited about it. I know Caden is excited about it. So let's get right into the show.
You know I'm excited about
Late round must-have.
All right, so we're going to jump into a few pieces of news for today before we get into our late round must-haves for running backs. First piece of news, it's a huge piece of news, and it is still developing. But Deshaun Watson could potentially be out for the entire season.
or longer.
Or longer. There's reports that it could be a 1-year suspension. There's reports that it could be suspended indefinitely. So we don't know exactly how long. We don't know exactly what that will entail. But we do know he's going to be suspended.
And let's just say something. The Browns are dumb. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. They got somebody that hasn't played in almost 3 years expecting
Well, would be, he only missed 1 year. But this changes things. Because you know Baker Mayfield's not going to play for the Browns this year.
What are they going to have? Jacoby Brissett?
I wouldn't.
They're going to have Jacoby Brissett playing as their starting quarterback. That's pretty sad. You should have drafted a quarterback. If I were you guys, that's what I would do.
There were better quarterbacks
Last year.
on the market.
Last year and the year before.
Well, I mean, they could have gone after Matt Ryan. They could have gone after. They still could go after Jimmy Garoppolo.
And they can go for.
Those guys are better than Jacoby Brissett.
They could be like this. They could be like, "Hey, Andrew Luck, you want to come back to the NFL?"
Yeah, Andrew Luck, we'll pay you a bunch of money. Drew Brees, come back from retirement. We'll pay you a bunch of money. Ryan Fitzpatrick, don't retire. We'll pay you a bunch of money. I mean, there's quarterbacks out there. I mean, for crying out loud, Big Ben, come back and be the zombie in the backfield for us. I mean, there's many better options than Jacoby Brissett, and they've painted themselves in this corner. They did it to themselves.
They painted it.
But
They took a brush and they painted it all over.
yeah, and they gave him a bunch of money
Like $220 million.
for possibly nothing. But
$220 million in like what, a 2-year, 3-year contract?
I think a 4-year,
4-year contract. So that means he'd be getting
all guaranteed.
$60 million a year.
All guaranteed.
Pretty much 55.
But anyway, we don't know exactly what's happening yet. We don't have the final verdict. So,
No, we do
but
not.
do you want to talk about the other piece of news?
So the other piece of news is Alvin Kamara. So you all know what he did. He got in a fight, and wait, was it a girl or a boy?
I think it was just a guy. He just got in a fight with a guy.
He got a fight with a guy, and he went to jail, and he's probably going to be suspended for 6 or more weeks. So, hint, do not get him in your fantasy draft.
Well, that's interesting. That was the question I was going to bring up. Does that change you drafting him? Obviously,
Yes.
it moves him a little bit
But
down.
honestly, if you're starting a dynasty league this year, I would get him in your draft pretty early, like a dynasty league like that goes on forever, because you'll get some profit off of them in the later years, especially if they get a quarterback.
Yeah,
the next few
I mean,
years.
he would definitely be something that could work out for long term, but for this year, if you're in a redraft league where you redraft new players every year, you might want to hold off, or if you can get him kind of late and have him there as like a piece of trade bait or whatever, where maybe you can get somebody else that you need. But
Sorry.
I wouldn't go above and beyond to try to get him. So that does it for the news. We're going to jump into our
late round
must-haves for the running back position. I'm happy with my 3, but
I'm decently happy with
do you want to start off with your first one?
Yes.
So just to give context again, late round must-haves, players that you will get in the 8th round or later in your draft that are going to provide you with a lot of fantasy value.
So, I got James Cook as my first one.
Okay. The rookie, James Cook.
I feel like he's going to do good in Buffalo.
They need
Right
they need a good running back.
They
for
got
sure.
one. They got 2. Zach Moss is not that bad either.
So James Cook, we've yet to see what he can do in the NFL. So that's an interesting pick. He could provide a lot of value. He could step in and be a really, really valuable player, or he could be like Trey Sermon of last year, who did not provide you any value.
You don't talk about a Buckeye that way.
So you're rolling the dice a little bit. My first running back must-have that's a late rounder is Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt. And he barely sneaks into this category. His average draft position is 82. So he's there, but he's barely there. Which means you can...
Barely.
He's being drafted 33rd off the board for
33.
running backs. But let's see if I can pull it up real quick. I'm pretty sure he finished very high last year. See if I can pull it up really quick here without
He can't.
my computer messing up.
It's been messing up lately. Today.
So maybe I lied. He did not. He was out for a few weeks. He only played 8 games, and I think that's why he ended up the running back 46 last year, but through 8 games. So, I think he was averaging 11 points per game. So he definitely has the potential to be higher up on the list. And if you can get him in the 8th or 9th round, you're doing pretty good. Nick Chubb is probably going to have an injury, like he does pretty much every year. He is going to have the opportunity to step in and score a lot of points. So Kareem Hunt's my first one. Who is your...
It's funny you brought it up.
What?
Trey Sermon's my second one.
Trey Sermon, okay. So you think he's...
Well, they don't have Raheem Mostert.
That is true. They do have Elijah Mitchell. But yeah, it could very easily be Trey Sermon and Elijah Mitchell sharing the backfield.
They also have Jeff Wilson, but
Yeah.
we don't bring him up. 'Cause I want my Trey Sermon to do good.
So again, he's kind of like a rookie because we didn't get to see what he could do last year. So, bless you. So
Well, we did.
so
The
you're kinda
first
going-
run he did, he got a first down and a concussion.
So you're going with more of the rookie
I think they're gonna do good.
lineup here.
I got a really good one next.
I'm going with like old, washed up, almost washed up kind of guys.
No, they're all washed up.
So no, Kareem Hunt still
Kareem Hunt's
got
good,
some time
but
left.
your next one is.
My second
washed
pick
up.
is Cordero Patterson.
I think he's gonna be washed this year.
He might be because he is at that 31-year-old age.
I think he's like 38. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think he's 33.
But
or 34.
I don't think he's quite that old.
I think.
But
You calling that old? Because you're 34.
for running back in the NFL, yes. Okay. I don't feel old. Anywho, Cordell Patterson. Here's why I think he's got value. He can play on your fantasy roster as a running back or a wide receiver. The only fantasy options they have in Atlanta are Kyle Pitts, Cordero Patterson, who is the running back / maybe wide receiver part-time.
And then they have...
And they drafted Drake London. So we don't know what Drake London's going to do. We know Kyle Pitts is going to be hyper-targeted. Cordell Patterson proved last year he can handle it.
Drake London was the first wide receiver in the draft to go. He wasn't even he wasn't the best in the draft class. It was like...
But that's why Cordell Patterson can provide you value, because you can plug him into a running back spot if you need that.
Running back.
A receiver spot.
Receiver.
If you need that.
Quarterback.
Or a flex. So that's why I have him there. But who's your third?
Tony. Finish my sentence in the comments. Pollard. Tony Pollard. He's going to be good. He was like 88.
His average draft position is 88. So that's pretty far down the board, especially for somebody who was pretty good last year.
And Zeke's, I don't like to say this, but Zeke's getting worse as the years go by. Hopefully he's not that bad this year, but he just can't hold on to the ball.
But it's funny you say that, but Zeke finished number 6 running back last year.
It's like he does good, but he also, like, when you have him on your team, he does bad. Like, that's because I had him on my team last year for like 7 weeks. 11 points, 10 points, 8 points,
and then you
17 points, 12 points, and I traded him, and then he got like 28, but, it's fine.
That's how it always works. So Tony Pollard is your third. My third is, and this is I was kind of on the fence with this one, but Chris Carson.
Chris Carson.
He's on the Seahawks. He has been a very good starting running back in years past.
Are you being serious?
For a late round running back, absolutely. But here's the thing. His average draft position is number 170. Which means you can pick him up in the very last round of your fantasy draft, or even on waiver wires. And he's got the potential. I'm not saying you grab Chris Carson and you start him every week.
But you be a backup for a bye.
You grab him, you put him on the bench, you see if he comes back and is healthy, and maybe you look to trade him if he comes back and has a couple good games, and it can work to your benefit. So that's why I've got him there.
All right.
But that wraps it up for our late round must-haves for the running back position. Now we're going to get into the fun part of the show today.
It's mock draft time! It's mock draft time! Draft time!
Ooh, there we go.
Oh.
We are on the board.
Cooper Kupp and Christian McCaffrey.
So here's hold on. Here, let's give a little explanation here of what we're doing. So we are drafting. Caden is drafting in the 3rd spot. I'm drafting in the 9th spot. The reason we're doing this is so that you can kind of see who we're taking at what points. Gives you a little bit of insight. Round 3 or position 3, who you can take where. Round position 9, who you can take where.
Well, I'm running out of time, so I'm going to draft JT because he didn't go yet.
All right.
Oh gosh.
So first player off the board Cooper Kupp. Then
Jonathan Taylor.
Christian McCaffrey.
Oh my gosh, these guys are
Jonathan
fast.
Taylor.
Cooper Kupp, Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor.
Hold on. Let's focus for a minute here. Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler, Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Najee Harris. So now I'm on the board. Position
taking?
9. So as far as running backs go, I mean, man, they are. Whoops.
They're dropping like flies.
They are dropping like flies. I've got the potential of Joe Mixon here. Nick
You also
Chubb.
got Nick Chubb, DeAndre Swift,
Alvin
Kamara.
I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna change this up a little bit. I think I'm going wide receiver first.
What?
I'm gonna do it a little bit different. I'm gonna try wide receiver. I'm gonna try to wait and get a running back later. I'm gonna see how it works out. That's the whole point of doing mock drafts, is to take positions and see where people fall and see where you can get the best values. I'm going Jamar Chase.
Nice pick.
Travis Kelce. Oh, I hoped Travis Kelce made it back to me. So Travis Kelce goes right after me. Then Devontae Adams.
By the way, this is a snake draft.
So
You're going Devontae Adams? Oh.
no, they took
got it.
Devontae Adams.
Ooh.
So now
Don't take my baby. He's my baby. Don't take him.
I'm gonna stay. Let's see here. So I've still got Joe Mixon available. Let me see who else we have down here. We haven't. Whoop, that's not gonna work. Okay. Whoa. This is our first go around with this, so we're trying to figure this out as we go a little bit. I think I'm gonna go with
Joe Mixon?
Mark Andrews.
Bruh.
So this is a little different.
Ooh. Kamara?
I normally don't do this kind of format, but I'm gonna try it just to see how I like it.
So I got Joe Mixon, Tyreek Hill, Josh Allen, which I'm not going to pick him yet.
So
Deebo Samuel,
the
Saquon
players that
Barkley,
got taken after Mark Andrews, Stephon Diggs, Nick Chubb,
CeeDee
CeeDee
Lamb,
Lamb.
Alvin Kamara, DeAndre Swift. So Mark Andrews is gone. You have him. You little meanie. So I think I might go for wide receiver here, because that's what I usually do. I usually go for running back, wide receiver, running back again, then tight end. But I also might change it up and go running back, wide receiver, tight end, running back.
Well, and you kind of have to change up your method.
So let's see here. We got
And
some good wide receivers left, but I think I'm going to take the best one that I think is on the board, Tyreek Hill.
Wow!
Never heard that before. Wow.
So Tyreek Hill,
All right, so
Josh Allen, Joe Mixon, Saquon Barkley, and Javonte Williams all off the board after
so
that pick.
right now we have Aaron Jones. I might go Kyle Pitts or George Kittle or Darren Waller or T.J. Hawkinson or Dalton Schultz or Dallas Goedert. There's some good tight ends on the board.
There are. Now, one thing I always say, and you don't have to listen to it, but in my opinion, and keep in mind, this trophy is mine from last year.
This ring is mine from 2 years ago, so
Tight ends, if you cannot get Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, George Kittle, if you can't get one of those top couple guys, punt that position until round 6, where you can still get some good tight end talent. But this early in the draft, you can get good running backs, good receivers.
I got Deebo Samuel.
Deebo Samuel, Leonard Fournette, A.J. Brown, Patrick Mahomes, Kyle Pitts, and Aaron Jones all off the board now. So now I'm going to grab a running back that I don't have a running back yet, so I need one. Ezekiel Elliott, Cam Akers, James Conner, David Montgomery, those guys are all still there. I think David Montgomery is going to be an awesome pick for this coming year. James Conner goes off the board right after I picked. Justin Herbert is off the board also. I am going to now go. I'm going to see who we've got available here. Wide receivers. We've still got Mike Evans. We've still got Keenan Allen. Terry McLaurin. Still got a lot of good options there. I'm gonna jump back over to the wide receivers. I'm gonna take Mike Evans with this pick. So we've got George Kittle, Antonio Gibson, Keenan Allen, Cam Akers, Deontay Johnson, all off the board.
I have Zeke. This is round 4 almost. No, it is round 4. That's crazy. How Zeke is still on the board in round 4. Like 2 years ago or even last year, he went like the first round, like early.
Yeah.
I think I could go for him, but also I don't need a wide receiver, but George Kittle's on the board. Wait, is he?
No, Kittle's gone.
Kittle's gone, so I'm not going for it. I'm going to personally go with Zeke. I think that's a good pick.
That is in round 4.
Personally, I think that's
actually almost the
great
end of round 4. You were able to get Zeke. I think that's a good value.
So here.
So we've had T. Higgins, Darren
I
Waller,
went with Terry McLaurin.
Jalen Waddle, DK Metcalf, J.K. Dobbins, Travis Etienne, Breece Hall, Jerry Jeudy, and Josh Jacobs, all off the board now. So I've got Jamar Chase and Mike Evans as my receivers. I'm locked in with my receivers. I've got Mark Andrews as a tight end. I've got those positions locked up. Those are good. David Montgomery. So I've got to be thinking how to finish off my running backs here. We've got left on the draft board here Elijah Mitchell, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Damian Harris, Miles Sanders. Of those guys, my confidence is in Damian Harris. So I'm going to take Damian Harris there. He did great last year. I'm not sure what that noise is, but
I think it's like when you get a good pick, like late.
Good value or something.
Yeah. Wow.
So Chris Godwin, Amari Cooper off the board. So I've got those positions all hemmed up. I'm feeling pretty good about those. QB is one that I need to address, but I don't feel like I need to address it right this minute. I feel like my best option would be to probably go with another running back. Just get me a little bit of depth there. Let me see. Okay, no, I changed my mind. I switched over to the wide receiver board and saw who was left there, and I am for sure going to take Michael Pittman in this position. Round 6, Michael Pittman. I think that's a great value.
So here.
So we've got Joe Burrow off the board.
I was going to pick Joe Burrow, but
Michael Thomas, Allen Robinson, Cortland Sutton, and DJ Moore are all off the board now.
So my team is looking pretty good right now. So I got Jonathan Taylor, Ezekiel Elliott, Tyreek Hill, Deebo Samuel, and Terry McLaurin. My team's looking really good. I've got those positions solid, and I was thinking I'm going to go for a tight end
Oh, man.
or a quarterback, but I don't want to because we still have a lot of good players left, I would say. Like, I need a flex. And I can get Marquise Brown, Mike Williams.
That's who I was just looking at. I looked at him and said, oh, man, Mike Williams is still there at the end of the 6th round.
Ooh, getting Mike Williams. Mike Williams is acquired on my team.
But also, Marquise Brown is still there. And DeAndre Hopkins, who is going to be suspended for 6 weeks, but he's DeAndre Hopkins. You know, how late do you let him go? So off the board after that pick, TJ Hawkinson, Lamar Jackson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Elijah Mitchell.
And I'm taking a tight end here because I don't have a tight end. I have 2 flexes. I have 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and I'm going with a tight end, and I'm going with Dawson Knox.
I like that pick. I'm a Dawson Knox fan, as everybody probably knows. So I'm not hating on that pick. Now I do say Dalton Schultz was still there too. That would have been a hard one for me to pick. After Dawson Knox, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Marquise Brown, Kenneth Walker, Kyler Murray, and Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks?
So now I have got...
Who's picking Brandon Cooks?
I've got Jamar Chase, Mike Evans, and Michael Pittman as good receivers. I've got David Montgomery and Damian Harris as running backs. Mark Andrews as a tight end. So I'm pretty solid on my starting lineup there. And I'm looking at who's available. Man, it is tough. This is a tough spot to be in the end of the 7th round. Still got Kareem Hunt, Cordero Patterson, Tony Pollard, A.J. Dillon.
If you're going for your late round picks, you better go for Kareem Hunt there.
I'm tempted. Still have Adam Thielen on the board. DeAndre Hopkins. You know, with
He's sus.
with me having 3 receivers already, I can afford to wait it out for DeAndre Hopkins to come back. So that's kind of where my head's at. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab DeAndre Hopkins here.
You sure?
And I'm not sure what just happened, but...
He's sus. Sorry.
There might be one of our viewers that knows what you're doing there. So after DeAndre Hopkins, Miles Sanders and DJ Moore are off the board. So that comes back now. I'm looking, and I could possibly use a backup running back.
I don't think we're going for backups here. I think it's just... Well, yes, it is.
Yeah. I mean, quarterbacks, you know what? Oh, man, this is tough. This is tough.
Please don't take mine.
The quarterback that I really like that's still on the board here, we've still got Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, and Aaron Rodgers left. I think I can punt this quarterback position one more round and snag Kareem Hunt. I'm going to take him 8th round. I feel like I got a pretty good value there. So after him, Devonta Smith, A.J. Dillon, Adam Thielen, Dak Prescott, who is the quarterback that I wanted to get, and Dalton Schultz, all off the board.
Got myself a quarterback.
Russell Wilson, not bad.
Now it's my pick again.
So a few rookies off the board: Drake London, Traylon Burks, and Garrett Wilson.
So I'm going to start getting my bench.
And Team 1 decided it was a good idea to get Juju Smith-Schuster.
So, but I'm going to bite the bullet here and go for a backup running back. He goes by the name of James Cook.
One of your late round must-haves. I like it. And one of mine went off the board, Cordero Patterson. We've also got Jalen Hurts, Dallas Goedert, Rashad Bateman, and Elijah Moore off the board. I'm still looking at the quarterback position here. And we have still got... So I'm going to snag somebody now because it's that time. And really, I'm between Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. I mean...
I'd get Tom Brady.
They're both going to do well. Tom Brady's got better weapons.
He's got better weapons. He's got a better team around him so far right now. Because name one of Aaron Rodgers' weapons.
Alan Lazard.
You got Aaron Jones. Oh, my goodness.
So I'm looking here. I've got the wide receivers pretty well solidified. I could get a bench running back.
My team is insane.
But I'm going to go... Who's left on the tight ends? Yeah, nobody I really want to load up here. This is a tough one. We've still got Rashad Penny here.
Where's Garrett? Well, did Garrett Wilson already go?
He did.
When?
I'm going to go...
He went right before me. Oh, no.
Oh, man, this is tough. We've still got Tyler Lockett here. Gabe Davis is available. Man, I'm gonna kind of step out a little bit and I'm running out of time. I'm gonna grab
Rashad Penny.
I'm gonna grab Rashad Penny.
Don't know why I did that because that was not a good pick.
So Tyler Lockett,
get your little Chris Carson.
Tyler Lockett went off the board. Tony Pollard went off the board. It's time for me to reach up and grab Tom Brady. So now I've got my key positions all filled.
All right, it's my turn.
Hunter Renfrow off the board. Devin Singletary, Brandon Ayuk, Chris Olave, and Michael Carter.
So I did I do this? I don't think I did. But he is I wish that I put him in my late round picks because he's going to be my late round pick, I think.
Who's that?
Jarvis. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, you had Jarvis Landry.
No, but I think I can wait on Jarvis Landry, but I think I'm going to get Christian Kirk. On a new team with not many weapons. I'm on the clock again. And
That's a good pick because honestly, Trevor Lawrence, I think he steps up this year.
And what I was saying is Jarvis Landry is there still, but I think I can wait another few rounds to get him. Because what round are we on? Like 12 or 13?
We're in round 11.
Oh gosh. But I am going to also bite another bullet, and I'm going to take...
Oh, man. Jarvis Landry's way down the board.
I know. But I want to take somebody lower down the board. Tim Patrick.
Right now?
Yep. Just took him.
I like what you're doing. You're getting a value stack. You got Russell Wilson, grabbing Tim Patrick to go. I like it because Tim Patrick is going to catch touchdowns from Russell Wilson. There's no doubt about it. So Tim Patrick off the board. Gabe Davis is off the board. Mike Gesicki. Chase Edmonds, Michael Gallup, Melvin Gordon. So now we are looking down. We do need to get a kicker and a defense, but we can literally wait till the last 2 rounds to do that. We've still got James Robinson available. We don't know when he's going to be back from his injury, so that one is a little tricky for me. But man, the running back position, these late round guys, they're just not who I want to get. I mean, Sony Michel's there, but
Get your Chris Carson. Get your precious little baby.
I'm good. I'll pass.
What happened? You got something right there.
I know. I don't know why it's doing that. All right, but you go to the wide receivers, and there are some good wide receivers left. I'm going to take a page out of your book here. I'm going to grab Russell Gage, who is now on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
I was going to take him, but not.
and I'm stacking him with Tom Brady.
Is it my turn or is it your turn?
It is back to me.
Sky Moore. He might be good.
So after Russell Gage, Trey Lance, Chase Claypool.
Let me give you a little
Off the
advice here, Dad, because you're going to need some of the pros' advice. So listen.
Oh, here
Sky
we go.
Moore on Kansas City. He's also going to be the starter probably because they don't have Tyreek Hill anymore. So Sky Moore. Oh, sorry, just had a heartburn there for a second.
So I've got 2 more positions to fill before I grab defense and kicker. So I am
You have 4
looking.
running backs?
I have 4 running backs. Actually, I probably have more. Let's see, David Montgomery, Damian Harris.
It shows you right here, Dad. 4.
I know, but it also goes in your flex too. Kareem Hunt, Rashad Penny, and then I've got Jamar Chase, Mike Evans, Michael Pittman, DeAndre Hopkins, and Russell Gage as receivers. So you always need receiver depth. We've got Alan Lazard, who is the man in
No, he's not.
Green Bay, or potentially.
You know how I know that? Because Christian Watson is going to be their guy. I'm just kidding. We don't know who he is. No, I'm just kidding. I know who he is,
you're gonna be mad at me. You're gonna be mad at me, but I'm gonna grab Jarvis Landry. So I grabbed Jarvis Landry.
Now I'm going with a backup tight end. Hint, hint, he's on the Bengals. Hint, hint, Joe Burrow throws to tight ends a lot. And hint, hint, his name is Hayden Hurst. And then
Team number 2 drafted Rob Gronkowski
the retirement.
after he retired. That's weird.
So what I want to do now is
Ramondre Stevenson, Tyler Boyd off the board.
I'm gonna get. Dang it! Who am I gonna get?
Now, it wouldn't be a terrible idea to grab a backup quarterback.
I'm not going to because I personally don't usually do that. I usually wait, but also
But there's so many.
there's some good quarterbacks.
Honestly, here's the thing. With this many quarterbacks left on the board, Kirk Cousins, Tua Tagovailoa, Justin Fields, Matt Ryan,
I have an idea.
Jameis Winston, Mac Jones,
It's
Ryan
funny that
Tannehill.
you literally skipped over Trevor Lawrence.
I did. I skipped Trevor Lawrence and
He's
Zach
not
Wilson.
good.
So you honestly,
I'm going with
I'll leave them there and I'll pick them off of waivers if I need them.
exactly right.
That's my idea.
That's what I do too. So we got Alexander Madison. Wouldn't be a bad idea. But also Daryl Henderson. Wouldn't be a bad idea. And also, Raheem Mostert wouldn't be a bad idea. He'd actually be a really good idea. No, he wouldn't. He's injury prone. Oh, crap. I'm stuck. One of my late round must-haves is on here.
Chris Carson?
That's yours.
Uh-oh, you better hurry. Are you going to grab Trey Sermon? Are you getting him?
Nope. Chris Carson.
So you gave me all that crap about Chris Carson and you took him.
Yep.
You turd.
Got beef on me?
So Alan Lazard, Deshaun Watson, Hunter Henry, Jamal Williams, and Ronald Jones off the board. I'm gonna grab me another running back here.
5 running backs? You need that many, bud? You need that many? Are you gonna get a backup tight end?
No.
No.
Because honestly, who's left on the tight ends?
No Fant.
I'll just pick one of them up off of waivers if I ever need them. Irv Smith might be good. I mean, you just never know. But it's not worth using a draft pick for one of those guys when I can get them off of waivers.
True.
And some of these guys we might be able to get off of waivers. But I'm gonna take a little bit of a chance here. Roll the dice a little bit. I'm gonna grab Marlon Mack for the Houston Texans.
Oh, he's on the Houston Texans?
They don't really have a starting running back.
I thought he was on the Colts still.
He has kind of been named the starter. We'll see how he does. So I'm going to stash him away for a few weeks. See how he is.
Wow.
Alexander Madison goes. Justin Tucker goes. Not a bad place to pick either one of those guys. Ooh, man.
Don't take my guy.
I'm on the board.
No. He's mine.
And
He's mine.
Money Mac.
He's mine.
Evan McPherson from the Bengals. Money Mac is what we call him here in the Cincinnati area. He's on the board. I'm taking him. We've got the Buccaneers defense, Bills defense,
You know
Rams,
There's
Chargers,
no point anymore.
and Harrison Butker.
I'm going for defense because that's the only thing I can do. Pretty much.
That's a tough one.
I'm going for the Steelers defense.
Steelers defense.
And then, to end my draft off, Rodrigo Blankenship.
That's an odd one. All right, I'm on the board. Oh, Dallas, New England. I'm thinking New England. New England's always got a good defense.
So, since our
But
drafts
so
are
does
done,
Dallas.
are our draft done?
So I'm going to go New England.
Yep, since our draft is done, let's tell them our teams. All right, so my team, Russell Wilson, quarterback, Jonathan Taylor, starting running back, Ezekiel Elliott, also starting running back, and then Tyreek Hill, Deebo Samuel, Dawson Knox, Terry McLaurin, Mike Williams, Rodrigo Blankenship, and Steelers defense. And in my bench, James Cook, Christian Kirk, Tim Patrick, Hayden Hurst, and Chris Carson.
Not a bad draft at all.
Really good.
I ended up with Tom Brady as my quarterback, David Montgomery and Damian Harris as my 2 starting running backs, Jamar Chase and Mike Evans as my receivers, Mark Andrews as my tight end. Then I've also got Michael Pittman, DeAndre Hopkins, Evan McPherson as my kicker, the Patriots defense. On the bench, I've got Kareem Hunt, Rashad Penny, Russell Gage, Jarvis Landry, and Marlon Mack.
Now, comment which teams you think is better. Personally, I think mine is better.
Both teams actually ended up really well. Obviously, if I'm number 3, I'm taking a Jonathan Taylor.
Well, I wasn't expecting Cooper Kupp and Christian McCaffrey to go first, but
That's
before him. But
bold.
that's a little odd. But it's what it is because I got the best running back in the league, in my opinion, and in everybody else's opinion, pretty much.
Yeah, but at the 9 position, I didn't mind drafting a receiver first, a tight end second. It really didn't. I didn't feel like it put me in a bad position.
I feel like it did.
Because
I don't think your running backs are good.
Well, David Montgomery, definitely starting caliber. Damian Harris, definitely starting caliber. Are they going to be as good as Dalvin Cook and Austin Eckler and Jonathan Taylor? Probably not. But, you ended up with Jonathan Taylor and Ezekiel Elliott. Do I think David Montgomery does better than Zeke? Absolutely I do. So it's a trade-off. I don't hate where it put me. I ended up with Mark Andrews as a tight end, which is going to be very valuable. I don't hate the team that I got. It's definitely workable. And, the good thing is in fantasy football, you can always trade. You can always make your team better. So, but that's going to do it for the mock draft. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. We will do probably 1 or 2 more of these in the future weeks, choosing different positions because we want to see who we can grab in what position, in what round.
Who knows? We might go for quarterback first round. Get the best ones.
Maybe. You suit yourself. All right, so that's going to do it for the show today. We appreciate you tuning in. Hope you had fun with us. I enjoyed the mock draft. And next week we've got some cool stuff coming up. A new segment that you've not seen before, so make sure you tune in next week to see that. And we are getting close to football time.
Yeah, and guess what? Why? That's a hint for the next.
For this segment, why? That's a hint. So it is June 26th today. We are about 2 months out from preseason, which is really exciting. We're pumped. We're ready to go. Hopefully that didn't bust your speakers or anything. Oh, man. That's how excited he is. Okay, before we break your electronic devices, we're going to head out. But thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.